Great. Do we have speed?
Yeah.
Okay. What is it about this machine? Why is this machine so interesting? Why has it been so influential?
I'll give you my point of view on it. I remember reading a magazine article a long time ago, when I was 12 years old maybe, I think it was Scientific American, I'm not sure. And the article proposed to measure the efficiency of locomotion for lots of species on planet Earth, to see which species was the most efficient at getting from point A to point B. And they measured the kilocalories that each one expended. So they ranked them all, and I remember that the condor won. The condor was the most efficient at getting from point A to point B. And humankind, the crown of creation, came in with a rather unimpressive showing about a third of the way down the list. So that didn't look so great. But let me do this over again, because I'm just sure I can say this better. I remember reading an article when I was about 12 years old, I think it might have been in Scientific American, where they measured the efficiency of locomotion for all these species on planet Earth. How many kilocalories did they expend to get from point A to point B? And the condor won, came in at the top of the list, surpassed everything else. And humans came in about a third of the way down the list, which was not such a great showing for the crown of creation. And but somebody there had the imagination to test the efficiency of a human riding a bicycle. Human riding a bicycle blew away the condor, all the way off the top of the list. And it made a really big impression on me that we humans are tool builders, and that we can fashion tools that amplify these inherent abilities that we have to spectacular magnitudes. And so for me, a computer has always been a bicycle of the mind. Something that takes us far beyond our inherent abilities. And I think we're just at the early stages of this tool, very early stages. And we've come only a very short distance, and it's still in its formation, but already we've seen enormous changes. I think that's nothing compared to what's coming in the next 100 years.
Balance between thinking and doing. I mean, one of the things in the semiconductors was you had risk takers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Bob Noyce, learns
Absolutely.
to hang glide at age 40.
Uh-huh.
I mean, these people like laying their butts in the line. How important was that in the early days? I mean, we're going back to 75.
Uh-huh. Well, again, after seeing, my entire life's been spent only in one industry, which is this one. And but I've been in it now for about 15 years, and I've seen a lot of people make a lot of things. I've seen a lot of people fail a lot of things. And my point of view on this, or my observation, is that the doers are the major thinkers. The people that really create the things that change this industry are both the thinker-doer in one person. And if we really go back and we examine, did Leonardo have a guy off to the side that was thinking 5 years out in the future what he would paint or the technology he would use to paint it? Of course not. Leonardo was the artist, but he also mixed all his own paints. He also was a fairly good chemist, knew about pigments, knew about human anatomy, and combining all of those skills together, the art and the science, the thinking and the doing, was what resulted in the exceptional result. And there is no difference in our industry. The people that have really made the contributions have been the thinkers and the doers. And when you a lot of people, of course, it's very easy to take credit for the thinking. The doing is more concrete, but it's very easy for somebody to say, "Oh, I thought of this 3 years ago." But usually, when you dig a little deeper, you find that the people that really did it were also the people that really worked through the hard intellectual problems as well.
What did you think when you saw the Apple I?
What did I think when I saw the Apple I?
When you first saw that Woz was building that board.
Well, it didn't quite work that way, actually.
Okay.
What happened was that Woz and I had known each other since I was about 12 or 13 years old. And we built, our first project together was we built these little blue boxes to make free telephone calls. And we had the best blue box in the world. It was this all digital little blue box. I don't think it works anymore. So, but we had a fun time doing that. So when it came to building a computer together, Woz focused mostly. Woz was the brilliant hardware engineer, and focused on the core design of the computer. And I was worrying about which parts we ought to use and how we were going to build these things, and how somebody that wasn't a Woz was going to manage to buy all the extra parts you still needed to buy and plug this thing together, because you still needed to buy your own keyboard and your own display and your own power supply. And so you needed to be pretty much of a hardware hobbyist. Now, we made a very important decision was to not offer our computer as a kit. Even though you needed to buy these extra parts, the main computer board itself came fully assembled. We were the first company in the world to do that. Everybody else was offering their little computer as a kit. And what that meant was there was maybe an order of magnitude more people who could actually buy our computer and use it than if they had to build it themselves. And the Apple II was actually the first computer to come fully assembled, where you didn't have to do anything. And the reason there was it was our observation that for every hardware hobbyist, someone who could either build the kit themselves or at least find these 5 or 10 extra parts they needed, there were 1,000 potential software hobbyists. And if they didn't have to do anything with the hardware except use it, and at that time that meant write their own programs, still there was a much larger group of people that could take advantage of this. So we wanted to reach them, and that was the real breakthrough in the Apple II.
Okay, networking. Why is networking important? Why is it the future?
Well, in the 90s, we're going to revolutionize human-to-human communication using these desktop computers in the same way that spreadsheets revolutionized financial modeling and that desktop publishing revolutionized publishing.
Great.
Okay, good.
Anything
Thanks.
we haven't covered?
No, I got to go.
This is great. Thank you very much.